the topic too. And it's Thursday night, better come tune in. Yeah, the rain's on the wall, too wonderful. We going live on the big screen. Tallahassee Camp doing big things. For the people, you're supposed to be fishing. You ain't tuned in, you gon' miss it. Pay attention, man, you better go listen. For the 12, yeah, you know we on a mission. What's going on? Yeah, we gon' list it. End time news out to the missiles. In front of you. When the letters of Paul, come give us a call. Heard you wanna stop, then we cutting too. Did a school of the week, then topic one. Might as well dive right up in the topic two. And it's Thursday night, better come tune in. Yeah, the rain's on the wall, too wonderful. We going live on the big screen. Tallahassee Camp doing big things. For the people, you're supposed to be fishing. You ain't tuned in, you gon' miss it. Pay attention, man, you better go listen. For the 12, yeah, you know we on a mission. What's going on? Yeah, we gon' list it. End time news out to the missiles.
Riders on the wall.
2. It is corner of the week, then topic 1. Might as well die right up and then topic 2. And it's Thursday night, better come tune in. Yeah, the rain's on the wall, too wonderful. We going live on the big screen. Tallahassee Camp doing big things. For the people, yeah, the supposed to be fishing. You ain't tuned in, you gon' miss it. Pay attention, man, you better go listen. For the 12, yeah, you know we on a mission. What's going on, yeah, we gon' list it. End time news out to the missiles.
You the GOAT, boy. Shalom, shalom, viewing audience. Turn me up, turn me up. Hey, this is Israel United in Christ, and this is the Writings on the Wall radio show. To my right.
Shalom, Israel, Officer Elijah.
Shalom, Israel, Officer Sampson.
All right, Israel, I'm Officer David. This is your place for end time news. That's it is.
Hey, all praise. Mike, Officer, your mic on?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Turn him up.
Turn him up. His mic, can't nobody hear him. Hey, but all praise to the Most High, man. We back with another show.
That's right.
Action-packed show, man. We got a lot for y'all, like always.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yeah.
well, we got Coon of the Week. We got the weather.
Okay, the
All
weather.
right, we got all of that. All right, but hey, what's been going on, Officer Sampson? What's been going on this week, man?
Yes, Cal, what's been going on this week? We still going strong. All praise to the Most High with the Kingdom Come Camp.
Kingdom Come Camp. Okay.
Kingdom Come
Camp.
Camp.
That's a remix.
That's a remix.
Okay. Kingdom
Yes, it
Come
is.
Camp. Okay.
So all praise to
Camp
the Most
said
High.
Kingdom Come.
That's
Better
it.
say
Kingdom Come. So all praise to the Most High for that. If you're giving us strength every day to go out there.
It is.
Right,
All
right,
praises.
right.
And you know that's right.
And another thing, we had.
So what? Hold on. So what day we on? Like 240?
I don't know.
246.
I don't know.
IT know.
IT, they know. They do the ads.
You know they ain't gonna tell us though. Go ahead. Go ahead. Seth.
Also, we have some visitors on this Sabbath. Atlanta.
ATL came down.
So all praise to the Most High.
That is all praise.
Good to see them brothers. So all praise to the Most High. And another thing on Cap, you travel this week, right? You travel
Yeah, I wasn't here. I was about to say, yeah, I wasn't here when they came through. I missed that one. Nah, man, shouts out to IUIC Columbus, Ohio.
That's
The brothers up there. It was Officer Joel and the officers.
So it's cold up there.
Actually, it was pleasant. It wasn't too cold. It was probably like in the 50s. It was nice.
That's all right.
They said I just missed the snow a few days before, so
Hey,
nah,
the 50s
was
is
good
cold
times.
for Florida. The 50s is cold for Florida.
But hey, all praise to the Most High, man. Let's jump into it for the sake of time. It's already 6:35. All right, so let's get into it with the weather report. Play the clip. Weather. What we got?
This is CNNnews.com. Second quake in 2 weeks sends Northern California back to response mode.
Hey, California has been getting the business.
They been getting the work.
You know
Yeah.
that's right.
Seriously. Read some of that, please. Read some of that.
Northern California officials are back in cleanup mode after the second earthquake in 2 weeks struck the region Sunday morning, cracking walls and roads. The 5.4 magnitude earthquake was shallow, striking at a depth of about 19 miles. The U.S. Geological Survey said it was centered about 30 miles south of Eureka and 9 miles southeast of Rio Dale.
All right, so hey, give me a quick script. Isaiah 29. Give me that one real quick. Gotta do our best to keep you up to date with what's going on in the earth today.
That's right.
All right, because as we see the different, we got quakes. Sometimes we see the floods. Sometimes we see the winter storms, or whatever it may be. We got to understand why this is taking place, brothers and sisters.
Right.
But read this for me real quick. 29 and I think it's 6.
Yes, sir.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6.
Come on.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts
Right. It says, thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts. Come on.
with thunder and with earthquake.
Hey, his mic is crackling, IT. I hope y'all fixing that back there. Read that again.
Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest.
Right. So it says with great earthquake and storm and tempest. What did we have 2 weeks ago? We had the crazy snowstorm.
Yep.
It was cold everywhere, even in the south. Now we see California consecutively, weeks in a row, earthquakes. All over. What we got next, y'all? What we got?
5.4 magnitude earthquake strikes Northern California and felt more violent than the previous quake, officials say.
Right. Says felt more violent. What's next? What's next?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Is this the aftermath? Oh yeah, this is what was caused. This is the flooding that took place in Cali that came from the extreme cold, and there's also a heat wave that came through this week as well. All right, so yeah, the Most High, he's definitely visiting the earth. But play some of this aftermath real quick. All right, what else y'all got, IT? What else y'all got for us? Y'all got more
Lord
aftermath
have mercy.
videos? Go to the next one. That looks the same. Looks a bit of the same.
You got to send up prayers for him.
All right, go ahead.
Are they surfing?
They surfing in the water.
Come on now, dog.
San Francisco, California. Underwater. Underwater.
Dang.
Wow.
Hey, let me get another script. Give me Luke 21 real quick. Give me that one as well. Luke chapter 21, verse 25. You got it, Rita?
Yes, sir.
All right.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 25.
Go ahead.
And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations.
All right, it says, and upon the earth. So while this is taking place, I think it was last week or the week before, there was a chariot sighting. So it's saying all of these things are going to be occurring as we see the days approaching.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. So read that verse again for me all the way through.
And there shall be signs in the sun,
Should be signs in the sun. Come on.
and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth,
Read.
distress of nations.
Come on.
With perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring.
The what?
The sea and the waves
It
roaring.
says the sea and the waves roaring. So that's what we see. That's where the floods is coming from. But you got the earthquakes, you got the winter storms, you got the heat wave going through and making all of this stuff activate. All right, to the point we see the seas and the waves roaring to the point where it's over flooding. Now you see San Francisco, California underwater.
Right.
You have something on that, officer?
Yes, sir. Real quick on the jump up to verse 11 in Luke 21.
The book of Luke, chapter 21 and verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places.
All right, earthquakes on the shall be and on diverse places. All right, around the world. But it's been centered in California, read.
And famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights.
And fearful what?
Sights.
And fearful sights, read.
And great signs shall there be from heaven.
Right, and great signs on there shall be from heaven. All right, the Most High is going to show us, all right, on his power through the weather.
Right.
So that's what we're bringing to you now.
No. That's heavy that you say that because Esau, they're going to chalk it to quote unquote Mother Nature. Right. But obviously this is biblical. But God is trying to tell us in these last days is that we need to wake up the same way he plagued the land of Egypt.
Yes, sir.
That's the same way he's plaguing the earth today.
Right.
All right. Do me a favor. What we got next, y'all? Is it the heat wave? Should be the heat wave, right? Yeah. Read that. Watch this.
Uncharted territory. January heat record smash across Europe.
Right. So what month is it? It's January. We in the dead of winter right now. We're in the dead of winter.
Right.
But God said, nah, I'm gonna switch it up.
Right.
I'm going to make it hot while it's the winter time.
Don't make
Go back to that article. All right, let's read some of that. Scroll to a little bit higher. Okay, thank you.
The year has only just started, but already Europe has broken an alarming number of weather records as extreme heat spread across the continent. On New Year's Day, at least 8 European countries recorded their warmest January day ever. Leicester, the Czech Republic, Poland, the Netherlands, Belarus, Lithuania, Denmark, and Latvia.
I know he from the south. He said Lithuania. Lithuania. It's gonna be all right.
But Chattahoochee, you know.
hey, at the end of the day, what are we seeing? The Most High, he's got the power. He's showing his strength on the earth.
Right.
He's visiting the earth right now. Yes, I'm.
That's all right.
Yes, sir. I'll get. Let me get Romans. Actually, I'll get Hosea chapter 5 and 15. As you were saying, as the Most High is showing his way to the earth, what he also doing is afflicting Israel so we can wake up, see things that never happened before to get our attention. Read that. For me.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
Until we acknowledge how we offending God. And how we offending him? By celebrating these crazy nonsense Christmas. What happened during Christmas? We got a blitz. Nobody could go outside. No one can do the foolishness that they usually do. New Year's Day, like you just showed, New Year's Eve, they had some other things happening. God is showing you how he's stopping a lot of things that we usually enjoy doing so we can repent and come back to him.
Okay. I see what you're doing there, officer.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, do me a favor. Give me the snowstorms in Cali. So, hey, Cali's
Cali
getting the
getting
business
it.
right now, bro.
Cali
Yes.
getting hit up.
Is
And
that
you know that's right.
is that what I want? Yeah. That's it right there. Make it a little bit bigger for us, please. All right, read that.
This is CBSNews.com. Snowstorm blankets, Northern California, with hurricane force winds and blizzard conditions reported.
Snowstorms, blanket, Northern California. Now, it does snow in Cali, but every once in a while.
Right.
It doesn't snow like in Colorado or nothing like that. But it's showing you, so you got earthquakes in Cali right now. You got the flooding, and you got snow and blizzard like conditions.
Yeah.
Damn. So obviously, like you just said, officer, Most High's trying to get our attention. Obviously, all right. Give me Romans 13 and 11.
Bring it out.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11, man.
Hey, Cali like to brag too much about the perfect weather. They can't do that right now.
Are you rejoicing right now?
I'm not
Hey,
rejoicing.
why you
I'm just
laughing?
You got that
saying-
evil laugh. You say they
I'm
can't
just-
do it. No.
You can't rejoicing. I'm saying you can't get comfortable
Lord
in
have
Babylon.
mercy.
So what you're saying is even Cali got to suffer the curses. That's what
Right,
you're saying.
right,
Okay,
correct.
okay. All praises. All right, read what you got, Rita.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Right, now's the time to wake up. Hey, we prayed that not just Israel's watching these radio shows or these classes. We pray that
Right.
the industry, those who are without, we pray that y'all watching this thing.
That's right. That's
because hey, I told you I was having a conversation with my folks the other day about what was going on in the earth.
Yes, sir.
I gotta say, because you said something heavy about the holidays.
Right,
So
right.
I talked to my folks earlier. So they talking about Auntie just had a birthday, right?
Uh-oh.
And on the same times as the quote unquote New Year's, because January 1st is not the New Year's.
Bring it out.
Hey, give me that real quick. Give me that Exodus 12 and 1, Deuteronomy 16 and 1. Real
Bring it
quick,
out.
for those of you who think that January 1st is the New Year's, we got to clear that thing up real quick before I finish my story.
Right.
Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. Come on.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
Uh-huh.
Speak.
That's it on verse 1?
Yes, sir. That's
All
verse
right.
2.
All right. Do me a favor, reader. Take a breath. Calm down.
Woosah.
Give me Deuteronomy 16 and 1. Come on.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16 and verse 1.
Read.
Observe the month of Abib,
It says, observe the month of Abib. Read.
and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God.
And keep the Passover to the Lord thy God. Come on.
For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night.
There you go. And that's the first month of the year, which falls late March,
Right.
early April.
Yeah.
Right.
Showing you what that's when things reset. That's when things get life. The crops get life. The trees
life,
get life.
right. Bring it up.
Right now we in the dead of winter and the crops are dying.
Everything dead.
All right. So let me get back to my story real quick. Like I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So she's telling me, and I hope they watch it so they can repent. That's how I take it. I give my life examples to help somebody else.
That's right.
Now, this is tragic for the family, but I got to share this thing. She said this January 1st, they were at a New Year's party, and that was one of my auntie's birthday parties, right? My uncle, who just lost his wife a month ago, came to the party, right? I get a call today that he passed away.
Damn.
So a month after his wife, right?
Wow.
And then my folks say, well, at least we got to see him at your auntie's birthday party. I'm like,
Damn.
gosh,
Oh,
almighty.
that
I was like, see, that's not what we need right there.
Right, exactly.
Understand, brothers and sisters, God is not going to bless us as long as we continue to follow after these customs.
That's right.
The scripture say, give me that Jeremiah 10 and
Bring it
1.
out.
Scripture says, learn not the way of the heathen.
That's
right.
All right, in the Most High, what we're seen all of that death with the blizzard. Right? Celebrating that what? Wicked Christmas holidays.
Right.
And death continues to follow our people because they're not turning away from their sins.
That's right.
All right, read that for me.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Come on.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Read.
Thus saith the Lord.
Come on.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
The scripture says, learn not the way of the heathen. We shouldn't be caught up serving their gods.
Right. That's right.
Psalms 106 and 34 real quick. Then we got Coon of the Week, y'all.
Right.
I can't go too far off, all right? Give me that in Psalms 106. You know the one I want. 34, 35. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 34.
Come on.
They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen, and learned their work.
That's what we did. God said in Jeremiah 21, learn not. But what did we do? When we got sent to the nations for our disobedience, what happened? We mingled amongst them and learned their ways.
We learned.
Okay, we got our own land and said we want a king like the other nations. We covetous people. We got to turn away from the covetousness and come back to righteousness.
Right.
All right.
That's right.
I said what I had to say.
Praise.
All right. Listen. Hey, yes, somebody has something before we go to Coon of the Week?
sir.
All right, go ahead.
Just to add to what you were just saying, Cap, just to give an example, because I know our people think that just because they pray over some food, God gonna bless it. Give me that in Amos chapter 5, verse 23.
No.
Just to go right along with what Cap was saying. Just because you pray on it don't mean God gonna bless it. God gave you holidays. If the holiday ain't in the Bible, God didn't bless it. God told you what to celebrate. Read that.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 23. Take thou away from me.
No, I'm sorry. Verse 21. The one.
Verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Somebody say God don't hate. God just say he despised feast days. So the ones that he didn't give you, that's the ones you got from the other nations. God say he hate them things. He's not going to bless it. So please stop thinking that. Come back to what the Bible says.
That's right. That's right.
One more to go with that, Cap. One more to go with that on Colossians on the 2 and 8. Can I get
Okay, all right.
2 and 8?
All right.
Please, Cap. Please. No. See, that's how Judah treat Benjamin, y'all, man. Hey, on the Colossians 2 and 8. See, this has been happening for centuries, y'all. Go ahead, read that.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2 and verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Read.
After the tradition of men.
After the traditions of men. That's the part I want. See, we celebrating traditions on the Christmas and New Year's is after traditions.
Right.
Yeah, that was taught to us in slavery.
Right.
These are slave doctrines, and we got to get out of it. Read.
After the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
And it ain't following Christ, all right, or this Bible. All right, it can't be found in this Bible. Jeremiah told us not to celebrate it. All right, on the Cap. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I'm sorry. I know you need to move on. Let's get Coon of the Week, y'all. Let's get Coon of the Week.
Bring it on.
Play the clip. Now, when I tell you we got some coonery this week, we got some grade A USDA coonery this week.
You better bring it out.
The hell is this?
This is yours truly, Officer David, Robert Griffin III, also known as RG3 from the tribe of Judah. Okay. Now, what we're about to witness. What we're about to witness is some top-notch
Coonery.
It's very bad because some of y'all may not be familiar with RG3.
Oh, yeah,
so we'll let
cool.
the story unfold, all right? We'll let you be surprised. So we're going to roll the clip, and we're going to dive into the coonery of RG3. All right, play that, man.
I will give the Michigan players credit. They have answered time and time.
Really?
What are we doing? In the middle of the game.
Sorry, guys.
What's he doing?
I gotta go. Wife is the one
To the bathroom? Let's go, baby. Wait a minute. Congratulations, dude. Oh, let's go. RG3.
Let's go into labor. Let's go.
Get out of here.
And we got PI. And there he goes.
Take the ball.
Oh, he's out.
I got it.
He's out.
He hit the pad. Got it. Okay. I wasn't going to steal it. Calm down.
He's gone.
Ball boy
That's
was
it.
panicking.
RG3.
Wait a minute.
He's
Look at
officially
him.
out
Get
of
him,
the house.
get him going out of here. He is
There's a
running.
cameraman chasing him right now. He's much slower than RG.
Sprinting.
He's still got phenomenal
That is
form. He
that
can
is
play.
a professional sprinter, young man.
All right, so we see Sambo in the white shoes with the loud suit, dancing and running for massa. Now, why did he do that? Because supposedly, and that looked all scripted too.
It did.
And supposedly, his wife was about to give birth. Now, pull up the clip of his pet. I'm sorry.
Hey, bring it out.
My bad. My bad.
Bring that out.
Of his wife.
Hey, you better bring it out.
Can we put up the picture of his wife? The picture. IT. Thank you. This right here, that's his wife. That thing right there.
Okay.
Yes, boo this man. Boo this man. This guy takes off on national TV, running to go save Becky over here.
Wow.
Now the thing about it, when you read the article, she's still pregnant. She didn't even have the baby, bro.
Right.
The hell is this?
Now,
Oh Lord.
you had some officer?
And she got the call soon as the camera got on him. Like it was like you said, like it was staged, Cap. And he jumped just like a little puppet.
Just like a little puppet. You all right.
Did you just put on your glasses?
Damn.
You all right. Hey, but now check this out. I don't know, because I try to follow a little bit of everything, like sports world, politics, you know, like stuff. I try to follow, read everything.
Right.
A few weeks ago, RG3 was under fire. I don't know if y'all was aware of that. He was under fire for some comments that he made. Now watch this. Do y'all got the article? You got the next article? Yes. Yes. Blow that up a little bit and I read this. Now that's what I'm saying. When I saw it, it looked scripted. I know why they did it. Because RG3, he was under fire. He's about to lose his job.
They gotta save him. Yeah.
But they love him. He's token black.
Cool.
You ever seen South Park back in the day? Like token
Yeah,
black.
with
He
the
is
T on his chest.
Yes, with the T on his shirt. Exactly. Hey, IT, pull up a shirt of token black from South Park so people know what we're talking about. Yes, token black. If you don't know, the term means, you know, when white people say a racist thing, and they say, hey, man, you're racist. How can I be racist? I have a friend that's black.
Yeah.
And then comes the picture of token black, right? That's RG3.
Right.
RG3 is token black.
Token black.
Token black. Do y'all got the picture? Almost. Pull up that picture of South Park with the black brother with the T on his shirt, man. Bro, South Park
That's
is racist
funny,
as hell,
bro.
bro.
Hey, it is. It is.
All right, IT, come on. Token black, South Park. Come on. You got to come on. Put it up on the screen for us so the people can see. Any day. Goodness.
Like today.
Put it up if you got it.
They. Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you almost had it.
Put it back.
Oh, he had a purpose show.
Oh, okay. The moment is now past. Thank you,
Oh,
IT.
Lord.
Okay, there he goes. Token black.
Hey, he's Levi right there.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I'm telling you racist now, Officer David. Damn, that's some racist stuff right there.
Damn.
He don't look Levi to
You
y'all?
cold-blooded, bro.
man.
All right, take that
It
down.
looks like he have no airline. That only look more like you.
All right. So go to RG3. Go back to RG3 because he was under fire a few weeks ago, bro. But when you're on their side, when you do as they want you to do, they'll look out for you.
Right. So they'll stand up for you.
Except when they turn on you.
Right.
All right. So read that for me, please.
This is YahooSports.com.
Come on.
ESPN.
Okay.
Just call it ESPN. Just call it
Robert
ESPN.
Griffin III
Say
uses
it's
highly
loud,
racist
heavy.
term on air. Says it was an accident. Scroll down real quick. Okay. Read that, Rita.
ESPN football analyst Robert Griffin III used a racist slur in his defense of Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts on Monday Night Countdown.
Come on.
Griffin, a former Heisman Trophy winner who played quarterback in 7 NFL seasons, had a message for critics of Hurts, who has led the Eagles to a 12-1 record.
Come on.
People said that Jalen Hurts couldn't get it done. He could not break from the pocket. He's not the quarterback of the future, Griffin said. I think he proved all those jigaboos wrong.
Bruh.
Yeah.
So RG3, he don't drop jigaboos on him. He said he proved all of those jigaboos wrong.
That's an old term, right?
Yeah, that's an old racist term.
Yeah.
But the way he used it, he wasn't talking about us.
Right,
He was talking about the white folks. He calling them the jigaboos. But they ain't like that thing right
At
there.
all.
Nah. They didn't like that. So you already know what he did. He pleaded for his job. And,
There you go.
and his PR probably set it up to make the white people fall in love with him again because he's in his loud coon suit, Sambo coon suit, like he's performing at a what's it called? A minstrel show. You know how they used to do.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Minstrel show with his white shoes, and now the white people love him because he's catering to his white wife.
Right.
All right.
Hell is this?
You had something?
Yeah, that's pretty deep.
Go ahead.
He like to hurt himself running over there.
Mm-hmm.
Because he said he got a white. Give me Tobit 4 and 12. Let me bring that out.
Bring it out.
The Bible called that, whoredom. Whoredom. And what they do, the other nation, you match to them, they turn your heart from the fallen the true Most High God.
Mm-hmm.
Then get that.
The book of Tobit, chapter 4 and verse 12.
Uh-huh.
Beware of all whoredom, my son.
Beware of what?
Whoredom,
Whoredom, read.
my son.
Uh-huh.
And chiefly take a wife of the seed of thy fathers.
Of the seed of your father, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. That's the seed of our fathers, read.
And take not a strange woman to wife.
And take not what?
A strange woman.
Yes. If a so-called black man take a white woman to wife, guess what? That is a strange woman. Read.
To wife. Which is not of thy father's tribe.
Which is not of thy father's tribe. You so-called blacks and Spanish and Native American. Read.
Right.
For we are the children of the prophets.
We the children of who?
The prophets.
We the children of the prophets. The prophets who gonna rule this world one day. Read.
Noah, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
There you go. Read.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married wives of their own kindred.
They made a wife of who?
Of their own
so
kindred.
we're supposed to marry a wife of our own kindred.
That's right.
Nah, hey, you ain't lying on that thing right there, Officer Sampson. Do me a favor. Let's go to the next one, man. Who else is on the block for this week?
Uh-oh.
Your man's Boosie.
Come on now, dog.
All right, what Boosie talking about, man?
Come on, man.
Boosie Badass is kicking off the new year by advising his fans about drug use and the rise in deaths due to fentanyl.
Read the title, please.
Boosie Badass tell drug addicts to quit fentanyl in 2023.
So fentanyl is that's the new epidemic with our people, bro.
Damn.
It's killing you.
Yes, bro. I know when I visited with the DC Baltimore area with the brothers, I'm talking about all on the corner. We had camp, brothers just tweaking.
Right.
Sisters
Lord,
tweaking. I'm
that
talking
is-
about they walking and then they sleep standing up and then they just start doing, start tweaking, man. It's sad. It's sickening to see. But instead of providing a solution like we do, this is what Boosie say. This is what Boosie say right here. Go back to the title.
Can't finish the title.
Boosie Badass tell drug addicts to quit fentanyl in 2023. Go back to crack.
Go back.
Ain't no way,
What
boy.
kind of damn advice
Ain't no
is
way.
that?
Right.
This is our leaders.
That's somebody who hate his people.
Exactly. He
Right.
says go back to crack. Okay.
The hell is
Give
this?
me it was Jeremiah 4. Give me the one in Jeremiah 4. Give me Sodish. Our people are very simple, man. Very, very simple. We look for any and everything except the Bible.
Right.
He says, stop fentanyl, go back to crack. Crack is better for you. The hell is this?
It is not.
It's not. 4:22. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4 and verse 22.
Come on.
For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding.
They have none understanding. Come on.
They are wise to do evil.
They're what?
Wise to do evil.
Now watch this.
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
It's to do what?
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
But to do good, they have no knowledge. So in his mind, he really probably believes that crack is better than fentanyl.
Right.
Because he don't have nothing in his mind telling him to do good.
Right.
And you know that's right.
Goodness gracious. You had something on that?
Yes, sir. Real quick. Give me Proverbs 1:22. But God, dog. So you smoke crack, don't you? Come on. Nah. Y'all got to stop that. Fentanyl, crack, on weed, all these drugs, man, we got to get off of this stuff right here. It's killing you, and it's killing your people. All right, read that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 22.
Read.
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Okay, that's what I wanted. How long on will we love the simplicity? All right, God calls us stupid people. He chose us out of everybody else to be the greatest, but we are choosing to kill ourselves over on the stupidity. All right, man, we got to wake the hell up on. Go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, real quick, I want to spend all day on
right.
Boosie. I do want to spend a little bit more time on these last two. So let's go to the next one.
Not Gabriel.
Gabriel Union opens up about infidelity in first marriage. Was not getting Wife of the Year awards.
Right, so she's making like headlines right now. I don't know if y'all seen it. She's making headlines right now on her infidelity and her adulterous, nasty self. Right, and she's saying it in a term as if she's not ashamed.
At all.
It's okay for her to do this. It's degrading to our race. You understand? But go back to it. Read a little bit of this, please.
Whoever has the most gets to do whatever the hell they want, is what I thought. Gabriel,
So she say whoever has the most gets to do whatever the hell. So she's saying she the breadwinner.
Right.
So she's saying she thinking that because she makes a certain amount of money, now she thinks that she could say to hell with the institution of marriage. But the institution of marriage was established by the Most High God.
That's
right.
Give me that Hebrews 13:4.
Bring it up.
That's not in the guidelines of what you can do.
Right.
Just because you're the breadwinner and you're the lead. Well, in her eyes, the lead. The woman is not the lead in a relationship or
Bring it
marriage.
No.
All right, read that real quick.
the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Watch this.
Marriage is honorable in all.
Come on.
And the bed undefiled.
The Bible say that marriage is honorable and all, in the bed undefiled. Now watch this.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
Whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. Meaning what? If you step outside the institution of marriage, guess what's going to happen? You are going to be judged. If you sleeping with man to man, Gabriel, union, that means what? You're going to be judged. Now check this out. The thing that I automatically look at, she talking about her first marriage, right? So you mean to tell me her husband, your man's D Wade, bam. That you trained with him. Your man.
You know who that is.
Who is he pointing at?
Put the camera on him, please.
Thank you. The 6'8" guy.
This guy, your man's D Wade. He let his wife be in the media, running her mouth, talking about how she used to get down in her first marriage. Hey, you want to speak on that?
I'm sick of it.
No, on the D Wade need to repent and on come back to his manhood, bro.
Right, bring it out.
He need to take that little brother out that damn dress and stop playing and
do me
take the pants back.
I can't. You know, I don't have it off the top. IT, try to find that picture of D Wade and Gabrielle Union sitting down together, but she wearing pants. She looking mannish.
She got her legs open and he got his legs crossed.
Exactly. Yeah. Try to find that.
Damn.
Because honestly, that's how I see it. I mean, she's exposing what she did in her first marriage.
Right.
But look at how the marriage is ran with her and D Wade. She runs it. You had something?
Yeah, and to top it off, even in her marriage with D Wade, Cap, have you ever seen Being Mary Jane? About 4 or 5,
that used to be on BET.
About 4 or 5 men break their marriage like on camera. Like she's half naked, she's got men between her legs, she's men kissing on her all day. That's breaking marriage, but in America, that's okay. That's not okay with the Most High God. So she don't know how to be a wife. She don't know how to be a mother. She's failing at everything she do. Give me Sirach 26 and 9.
She's a damn demon.
Right, she's a demon.
That's what it is.
Sirach chapter 26 verse 9.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 9.
Read.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty look.
This is a touchy word when it comes to women of 2023 right now, because our women are very, very touchy about this word. They don't like being called a whore. But God calls anything that's outside of what you do in marriage whoredom.
Right.
Read verse 12.
Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain and drink of every water near her.
It's talking about she will basically sleep with multiple people. She's bragging on how she slept with multiple people. It's nothing glorious about a woman that sleeps with multiple people. She's supposed to only sleep with one man in her whole life. That's how God set it up. But she's bragging on being a whore and passed around as if she's passing men around. That's all I got, Cap.
Hey, real quick. Now, this is a good script. Stay right there. Jump up. I think it's verse 10 where it says impudent.
Right.
Now, because she, like the officer was just pointing out, she's bragging, she's being boastful.
Right.
She's very, very flamboyant and prideful about what she's doing. Do me a favor, IT. Give me Merriam-Webster. Impudent. Give me that definition real quick to go along with this scripture. Put it on the screen when you got it. You got it, reader? Sirach 26 and 10.
11. The book of Sirach.
It's 11?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 11.
Come on.
Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee.
It says, watch over an impudent mind. Let's see what impudent means. Y'all got it, IT? All right.
This is Merriam-Webster. The definition of impudent: marked by contemptuous or cocky boldness.
You see that? It say marked by contemptuous or cocky boldness or disregard of others. That's how she's treating her husband coming out. She's acting like as if this is okay behavior, as if he's not a man. But that is a slap in the face. That's disrespectful. The Bible tells us to do what? Read that again.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 11.
Read.
Watch over an impudent eye.
Come on.
And marvel not if she trespass against thee.
The scripture said, don't be surprised when she got, because you read it earlier, that impudent eye is always also going into that lustful eye. Read verse 9 and then read verse 11. Watch this.
Verse 9. The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks.
Come on.
And eyelids. Verse 11.
Right. And hey, as men, have we ever seen it before? I know I've seen it before.
Right.
You may be in a room or you may be somewhere, and then one just starts looking at you. He's like, man, am I tripping? All right, let me go back. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see it. All right. So, okay, let me get the hell up out of here.
Right.
That's what it's talking
that's
about.
right.
That's the what it's saying in Proverbs. That's the adulterer that hunteth souls.
Right.
That's the spirit that Gabriel Union is in right there. Read that 9 and 11.
The book of Sirach, chapter 26 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye.
It says, watch over an impudent eye. When she's bold, when she got those lustful eyes and she's bold about it, just say, watch over that thing. Read.
And marvel not if she trespass against thee.
And don't be surprised when she cheats on you.
Dang.
So, hey, brothers who out there proving.
that's right.
Hey, a lot of brothers, they be going off of looks and sex appeal.
There you go.
Brothers, the scripture's telling you, bro, if you see a sister looking at you like that, bro, do not prove her.
Right.
Do
Just
not
run away.
prove her. Because
Message.
what's going to end up happening? Once she traps you, bro, she gonna break your heart because you simped out.
Right.
Because you didn't prove her according to the commandments of God.
That's right.
You proved her according to her lustful eyes, her DSLs, and her big booty.
Right.
Don't worry about what DSL means. I see the people who know what DSL means, they're like, oh, you're right. Hey, don't
What the hell
look
does
up for the DSL.
DSL mean?
Don't worry about that. Don't look it up either. Don't look it up. All right? So, hey, go to the next one, man. Go to the next one, bro.
We still don't know what DSL means.
Don't worry about that.
Lord,
Go to the next Coon of the Week. Your man's. Look at this guy right here, man.
Oh.
Y'all remember this guy? I think this is his third appearance on Coon of the Week, man.
Yeah.
Lord's will, he get his mind right because he's also being bold in his wickedness as well.
Right.
Ain't he just having babies?
Yeah, man.
Left and right. Yeah.
And but the thing about it, bro, the same people. He knows who he is.
Right, exactly.
He knows the evils they've done to us, but now he's their puppet.
Yep.
Come on now, dog.
Now play his clip, man. Play his clip real quick.
Nick, I mean, you are single-handedly repopulating the earth. I give it up to you, man. What is your plan here? What is your end game with the kids? You just want to keep going, or is there a number? Do you want to hit 20?
Annie.
Where are we going with this?
Clearly, I don't have a plan. So, honestly, man, it's really just so much joy and elation to have the family that I have, and I embrace it and I love it, but I don't have a plan. That should have been clear from the jump.
A vasectomy?
Is that what you want me to get? This is my body, my choice.
Yes,
Come on
that
now,
is
dog.
right. Good for you. Good answer.
Nick, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Hey, man, real quick, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like seeing him
I don't
like
make
that,
resolutions.
it looked like he know. He looks like he. You know what? He made his agreement with them, and he looks like he just riding it out now. Man. Give me the one, and it talks about an old man that old adulterer. Give me Sirach 25. Sir, be verse 2. All right, because he looks like a fool up there, man. He's what is he in his mid to late 40s or something like that?
Right.
He's clearly I don't have a. What kind of grown man says clearly I don't have a plan?
Right.
The hell is this? That's the
Bring
people
the weight,
you
right.
mentor in the high schools and things of that nature. You help them develop their life plan. Not when you over the age of 40. I don't have a plan. That's not funny. Okay, that's give me that Luke 7 and 31. Give me that one first. Give me Luke chapter 7 verse 31. Then I want Sirach 25. Because I hate seeing that, because what do other young black men see? They see that sorry ass example.
Yep.
Right.
Nick Candy, you should be ashamed of yourself, bro, for what you're doing. At one point you could know who you are. You could know that you Israel. But now this is what you resort to, bro? Come on, man. Damn. Read what you got.
The book of Luke, chapter 7 and verse 31.
Read.
And the Lord said, whereunto then shall I liken the men of this generation? And to what are they like? They are like unto children sitting in the marketplace.
They are like what?
Children sitting in the marketplace.
Right, they are like children sitting in the marketplace. That's exactly what Nick Cannon looked like on that TV screen, man. But yeah, give me the one I want with Sirach 25 and 2. Watch this.
The book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 2.
So on one end of it, you got Gabriel Union over here promoting whoredom. Right now you got Nick Cannon promoting the same thing. Obviously, Our people got to get a clue. This is an attack on our nation.
Right.
This is a strategic attack, and they got their dummies to do it.
You're going to learn today.
Because, what was that, a gift destroyed the heart? Give me that one.
Yep.
That's
Give me that real quick. I'm sorry. I know I'm
spiritual warfare.
Yeah, man.
Going on.
That's exactly what's taking place, bro. Read that for me, please.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 7.
Come on.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Come on.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
Right, and a gift destroyeth the heart. To the point where now they think that Esau got him. But, you know, I ain't going to go to it. But Isaiah 28 says, hey, you made a covenant with death and hell.
Yep.
Right. Because think about it. The wages of sin is death. If you continue to do this, not only you yourself, by your example, you're teaching others.
Right.
Eventually, your demise is coming, man. You read that one in Sirach 25, and then if y'all got something, we'll get into it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
3 sorts of men my soul hateth, and I am greatly offended at their life. A poor man that is proud.
It says a poor man that is proud. All right. I ain't gonna throw no shots. I could have went somewhere with that. I'm thinking about it still. Keep going. Keep going.
A rich man that is a liar.
Right. A rich man that is a liar and
a old adulterer that doteth.
And a what?
And a old adulterer that doteth.
And an old adulterer that doteth. You mid-40s, 12th child. I have no plan. I have no sign to stop. And God say He hate that thing. That's an embarrassment. You're not a man in God's eyes.
That's right.
Yes, something?
Yes, sir. Let me get one precept. Psalm chapter 44 and verse 13. Because at the same time, the other nations, they're looking at us, they're shaking their head. Cause
hey, put that image up, IT. I'm sorry, officer. Before you, please don't forget your point.
Yes,
put that image up that y'all posted in the group with D Wade and Gabrielle Union. Put it up. You see that? Blow it up real quick. Blow it up.
That look feminine as hell.
That's not my boy either.
Well, you trained with him, okay?
Wow. You know him.
Your connection. What's going on, IT?
No connection. What the hell?
You can't show it? Oh, okay. Go back to it. So you got, bruh.
Yeah, that don't look right.
That don't look right, bruh.
Broken wrist.
Broken wrists. Both of them
Come
broke.
on now, dog.
You see why you
What
allow
the
his
hell?
son.
Yeah, son looking just like that.
Right.
Hey, we got something coming up later in the show. Remind me to bring this up.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Elijah, I'm gonna task you with this.
Gosh, dog.
What? No, I'm tasking Elijah.
Damn.
Wow. All right, it's in topic 3.
Well, remember this Officer David homeboy, so you know Officer David will remember it.
Okay, put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. Put the camera. Put it. See, my wrist is strong and my thumbs is good.
Yeah, what that mean?
All right.
Wait a minute.
Officer Obadiah, what you got, man?
Yes,
I know you
sir.
got something.
Let me get Psalm chapter 44 and verse 13.
The book of Psalms, chapter 44 and verse 13. Thou makest us a reproach to our neighbors.
God, because of our iniquity, because of our sin, because of our rebelliousness, God allow us to be reproached by the other nations. Go ahead.
A scorn and a derision to them that are round about us.
To all those other nations that are around about us, they looking at us, they just like, man, these are the children of God? Because they know, we don't know. Go ahead.
Thou makest us a byword among the heathen, a shaking of the head among the people.
A byword, they calling you blacks, African American. This is a boy. Why? Because the way we handle ourselves, okay, a derision. We look like a fool. They shaking their head when they see us. Is that what you want? Go ahead.
My confusion is continually before me, and the shame of my face hath covered me.
You see that? That's an embarrassing thing. I mean, if I am you, my brother, I would have repent from these ways, man.
Hey, let's jump into the topic of the day. All right, IT. Could y'all keep it on the screen long enough for us to read it this time? I noticed staying very quick with this.
Yes.
So topic of the day. Let's drop it, man.
Topic of the day. The purge and martial law.
The purge and martial law. All right, the purge and martial law. Hey, go back to Romans 13:11 because I know, we have a good time, but it's a very serious show, very serious topics at the end of the day. Read Romans 13:11 again because one thing that we realize, of course, we're living in the last days, the plagues, we're getting closer to the return of Christ. A lot of times we like to look past what's about to take place, meaning the persecution, the famines, the torture. We like to look past that. We can't look past that because if you're not meditating, if you're not preparing for what's to come, guess what? When it comes, you're not going to be ready to stand.
Exactly.
You're not going to be able to do that thing right there. So read this verse for me again, Romans 13:11. Watch this.
The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Our salvation is nearer than when we believe, but understand this. With our salvation is going to come a lot of persecutions. Acts 14:22. All right, so I know we always use these scriptures, but they're hitting home. They're hitting harder now because now, leadership's been bringing out exactly what the persecution with the tribulation is really going to be. All right, read that for me, please.
The book of Acts, chapter 14 and verse 22.
Go ahead.
Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Right, exhorting one another to continue in the faith. Why? Why did Paul even say that right there? That's when he was stoned. Right. Paul was just stoned, but hey, they saw his example and he confirmed their faith. That's what's going on right there. Right. We bring out the scripture a lot, but contextually, a lot of times we don't realize what happened in Acts 14. Right? Read that verse again.
Confirming the souls of the disciples.
Come on.
And exhorting them to continue in the faith.
And exhorting them to continue through the faith. Come on.
And that we must through much tribulation.
Through what?
Through much tribulation.
Through much tribulation, opposition, adversity, torture, whatever it may be. Go ahead.
Enter into the kingdom of God.
Right. Also, our salvation is near to the kingdom, right? Yeah. But through much tribulation. That has to happen first. All right. So understand that. Don't forget that thing, brothers and sisters. Hey, let's go to the first article. Let's go to the first article. What we got? Read that.
Illinois' Purge law goes into effect January 1st.
Right, so many of you are familiar with this. Bishop brought this out a few months back about the Safety Act, about the Safety Act in Illinois. Now, an update is that it hasn't taken place with all counties, but some. Right. So it has started with some, all right? But go back to the article.
In just a few days, the state of Illinois will have a law that passed earlier in 2022 come to life. The new Purge law, better known as no cash bail law, will lower the detention rate of Illinois jails and could put violent, dangerous, and often offenders back onto the streets.
And other offenders back into the streets. So it's going to list right here in this second paragraph what type of offenders they could commit the crime, right? But they don't have to be locked up and be held. Wow. All right? They could just be on the streets with no cash bail. That's what it's saying. That's what the law states.
That's a setup, bro.
Go back to the starting January 1st. Read that.
Starting January 1st, those who commit crimes such as aggravated battery, aggravated DUI, aggravated fleeing, burglary, arson, drug-induced homicide, intimidation, kidnapping, robbery, second-degree murder.
Wait a second. What?
Second-degree murder.
Second-degree murder.
Wait a minute.
Read on.
Damn. Wait a minute.
And threatening a public officer could be back amongst the public without posting bail.
Without posting bail. Without posting bail. So their niche, they're trying to say is that when you have to pay bail, it's racially discriminatory. I think I said it right. It said it's discrimination because black people normally don't have the money to pay bail. Wow. But now you just open this up. It don't matter what nation you are. Right. Anybody could commit these acts and be free walking amongst you after they commit the crime. Yes, all right. Hey, go to that video real quick. Let's go, IT. Come on. Play that.
To discuss is Daquan Bruce, Concerned Communities for America Executive Director. Daquan, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Is there no doubt, or maybe put it this way, is there any doubt in your mind that these no bail laws do more harm than good?
Absolutely. You know, we talk about the need for criminal justice reform, and to an extent, there is a significant need. However, what we see with these laws is that we're giving criminals a get-out-of-jail-free card when we say that the bail system needs to be overhauled and there needs to be easier ways to pay bail. Bail is set the way it is for a reason. But then two, in addition to this law, there's a whole list of crimes that are going to be non-detainable offenses. These include burglary, robbery, kidnapping, threatening a public official, and even
so
second-degree murder.
somebody could take your spouse, somebody could take your kid, and they won't be detained for that thing right there.
Right.
All right, go back.
So with these laws, what we're essentially doing is saying that, there is a threshold for how far you can go. And even if you push the boundaries, you can just get out of jail and do it again if you like.
These people are not living in the real world. I mean, they don't realize that the attorneys for these criminals are going to use everything they can. I mean, that's what they're paid for. That's their job. I'm not criticizing them for using the law to their own purposes, but that's what they do. And in the real world, violent criminals get out and do the same things or even worse than they have before. But here's what Governor Pritzker said about this new law. I just want to roll the tape and get your reaction. Go ahead.
This legislation marks a substantial step toward dismantling the systemic racism that plagues.
So they're doing all of this in the name of what we go through. But at the end of the day, who does this benefit us? Absolutely not. All it's saying is that now you can sin and get away with it.
Right.
It's worse and worse and worse and worse. Like Psalm 64.
Right.
All right. They search out our. They do a diligent search. So they're saying this is all in the name of racial discrimination and all of this because you normally can't afford cash bail. But hey, what about the people who are drug dealers robbing people and kidnapping people? So you're saying you're doing this for them? That's really what they're saying. But they're doing it under a guise of they're trying to look out for us. Right. And a lot of our people are eating this thing up. Yep. Give me was it 2 Ezra 5? Give me that real quick. All right, we can see, we're seeing exactly how these prophecies are coming to pass, are going to come to pass. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 5, and give me verse 1 and 2.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Come on.
Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the days shall come, that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number.
Come on.
And the way of truth shall be hidden.
Right, the way of truth going to be hidden because you're going to see all of this evil. And there's going to be all of these mandates that's coming against the prophets of God. And we're seeing this. What last week we went over the one world religion with the Abrahamic faiths. All right. This is another ploy, another plight right here. Go back. Read verse 2, excuse me.
Verse 2.
Go ahead.
But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest.
Right. It says iniquity shall be increased above what thou now seest. So now check this out. Like I said, all counties in Illinois ain't going through it yet, but eventually they will.
Right.
And eventually it's going to spread to the next state, to the next state. And that's where you'll be able to see the iniquity is going to be running rampant. So right now, we got to prepare ourselves for this, brothers and sisters. Don't expect other people to look out for you. We got to gather together. We got to prepare ourselves and make sure we're able to maintain. Because like we went over last week, they're gearing up for the one world religion.
Yep.
They're gearing up for martial law, every man for themselves. All of this, that's what they're gearing up for. So we got to make sure our spirits is right. Give me another one. 2 Ezra 14. Let's try to speed it up a little bit. I think it's 17. Read that for me as well.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 17.
Watch this.
For look how much the world shall be weaker through age.
Right. As we continue to be in this earth, as we continue to press on, it says the earth is going to be weaker and weaker according to the scriptures. That weakness is going into what? Sin.
Right.
That's what it's going into. Read on.
So much the more shall evils increase upon them.
Right. The evil shall increase upon them. Now go back to the articles. Go to the next one, please. Watch this.
Starting today, any child under the age of 12 will not be arrested or prosecuted for crimes in New York unless it is a homicide charge.
Now, brothers and sisters, it's saying any child under the age of 12 cannot be charged, cannot be persecuted. Unless it's homicide. All right. That's the only thing. So they could rob you with a gun.
Yep.
They could rob you with a gun. They could stick you up with a gun. They could run drugs back and forth up the block. They could break into your house.
They could beat you up.
Yeah. Exactly. So who sat there in that room and said that this would be a good idea? The devil on earth.
That's right.
The white man said that. Because obviously
That's
it's not for our turn. He's trying to make our situation worse and worse. Yes, some officer?
Yes, sir. Real quick. So this is going into, so the devil, he tells on himself first.
Right.
And then he makes laws. Man, I think they got on the 3 or 4 movies called The Purge.
Mm-hmm. Four, yep.
Like on the 4 movies called The Purge, where they have a time period where they could do all type of crimes and get away with it.
Right.
So that's where this world is going to. Give me Job 9:24 real quick. So when this is what this world is given to. All right, it's given into the hands of the wicked. All right, the devil is ruling this world, but our people don't know it. All right, and it's just going to get worse and worse. Read that.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
All right, so he covereth the righteous, but the wicked is running this world today. All right, and it's only going to get worse and worse as we go along. So it behooves you to repent. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, go back to the next one. What came after that with the 12-year-olds? Yes. Read that, please.
This is APnews.com.
Come on.
Military police enforced driving ban in snow-stricken Buffalo.
Right. So it says military. Go back. It says military police enforced driving ban in snow-stricken Buffalo. So we got the Purge law in effect. New York saying they ain't going to prosecute nobody 12 years and under or whatnot. You see what travel ban. We went over this before. So what are we seeing? We're seeing this is going to turn into civil unrest. It's going to get chaotic.
Yep.
Right. People are not going to be. This is going to be like we read early in Luke, the stress of nations.
Right. Lord,
everybody's going to be perplexed. All right. Give me 2 Ezra 7. We're going to be in 2 Ezra a lot today. I'll say that. 2 Ezra chapter 7. Let me get there with you, and give me verse 41. Watch this.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 41.
And think like we just covered with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union and Bootsy and Nick Cannon. They put these celebrities out there to do what? To affect the youth.
Right.
That's what they do. They put these celebrities out there to impact the youth that are growing up. And what's the better way to destruct or tear down a nation or corrupt them? It's by attacking their youth.
Right at the bottom, yeah.
Exactly. You start right there. And that's exactly what they're doing with in New York as well.
Right.
Basically, you say, hey, as long as you from ages 0 to 11 have at it. That's what they're saying. You good. And if your parents say something otherwise, you could be an emancipated minor.
Right.
That's the way the earth is going right now. Read what you got.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 41.
Come on.
Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up, and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly. Wherefore shall it not be so now also?
Right. And give me verse 43 to show you what's coming up next. When you start seeing this, when you start seeing the evils increase, like, wait a second, man, that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Why would you pass that law? That's going to be bad for us. We know that this is coming. Verse 43.
Verse 43.
Go ahead.
But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. And the beginning of immortality to come.
Right. That immortality is the salvation, but we got to go through the persecution first.
That's right.
All right. Go back.
That's right.
Go back. We went over travel bans last week. Let's go to the next. Read that.
This is ABCnews.com.
Come on.
Arkansas City enforces emergency curfew after rampage of shootings.
So this took place posted December 31st, 2022. So in Arkansas, rampage of shootings. All right. Civil unrest. They're saying it's got to be a curfew enforced now. All right. Because it's getting out of hand. Same thing in Buffalo. They had a curfew and they had a travel ban in Buffalo. Let's go to the next one.
This Atlanta leaders propose curfew. Lock bosses to curb gun violence.
So, okay, you see it in Arkansas. You see it in Buffalo. You see it in Atlanta. So there's a trend. There's a trend going on in the earth.
Right.
All right. Go to the next article.
So you got to look at it too, Cap. On these gangs, man, they have always targeted the youth.
Bring it out.
All right, the young boys to go out and do all these wicked crimes. So now they getting free reign to go out and on the rob and steal and all this stuff, on the sell drugs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead. Read that.
Philadelphia to impose curfew for minors amid crime surge.
See that? Crime surge. Philly getting off. Atlanta, Arkansas.
It's crazy.
It says to impose curfew.
Wow.
Okay, go to the next. Now, this is the second part of the topic of the day. All right, just showing you where America's headed. Where not just America, Europe too.
Yep.
All right, all over the earth. Remember, they keep having insurrections in Brazil.
Yep.
They keep having insurrections in other parts of Mexico. They have insurrections over in the eastern part of the world too.
Yep.
Iran continues to sentence people to death for protesting against what they're pushing.
Exactly.
They even sentenced a professional soccer player to death, and he's famous.
Yep.
Right.
So understand this thing. This is where things are leading to, brothers and sisters. Okay, and obviously, what have we been teaching? We got to fast more.
There you go.
Okay, we have to fast more so we can be ready for these troublesome times, brothers and sisters.
That's
Okay,
You know that's right.
what I called a script or I called an article. Definition. Yeah, read that for us, please.
Martial law, temporary rule by military authorities of a designated area in time of emergency when the civil authorities are deemed unable to function.
Right. Whenever they deem it. This is the thing about it. You know, Americans, they have this false sense of entitlement. They do. They have a false sense of liberty. You do realize that at any time they want to say, we're going to take all your civil liberties away. They can do it.
It's done.
Yep. It's done. It is done in the snap of a finger. All right. That's why, give me that one in, you know, in the Thessalonians 5:3, it say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come.
Yep.
Because America has always been under that false guise of what? Christianity, false guise of peace, the only free country in the world. No, that's all a front. That's not legit. Because once things hit the fan, they're gonna pull the cover. They're gonna expose themselves. Like I say, with Isaiah 47.
You're going to learn today.
For the sake of time, I'm not gonna go to all these scriptures. I want to go back to martial law definition. Watch this. Read that.
The legal effects of a declaration.
Read it again from the top.
Martial law, temporary rule by military authorities of a designated area in time of emergency when the civil authorities are deemed unable to function.
Come on.
The legal effects of a declaration of martial law differ in various jurisdictions, but they generally involve a suspension of normal civil rights.
You see that thing? A suspension of normal civil rights. Right. Your liberties to go and come as you please, taken away.
Gone.
You know that house that you got that you pay property tax on, and that you pay rent on, your mortgage on, and that house that you stocked up with a pantry in. Guess what? If the military want to come in and take your stuff, they can.
Wow.
Understand that thing, brothers and sisters. Go back to the definition. Read that part again. Civil rights. Your normal civil rights suspension. Go ahead.
Normal civil rights and the extension to the civilian population.
Come on.
Of summary military justice or of military law. Although temporary in theory, a state of martial law may in fact continue indefinitely. In the English.
Stop. So guess what? That's the definition of it. I don't know if y'all remember Hurricane Katrina.
Yes, sir.
Hurricane, was that back 05, 06, that time period?
Yes, sir. New Orleans, right?
Yeah, New Orleans. Now, that's the thing about it. A lot of our people didn't really understand what took place in New Orleans. But we're going to do a refresher, a little recap. This is where we're headed to, brothers and sisters. Yep. All right, so sisters. I said sisters at the end. Sisters, you got to get out of this false reality.
Wake up.
That everything is okay here in America.
Bring it up.
It is not. Okay. Your possessions are not going to be okay. Okay, that meal that you're so used to is not going to be there like it used to. That covering is not going to be there like you used to. So if you're not really down, oh my goodness, you're going to be shown in that day.
All right.
And what the scripture say? Remember Lot's wife.
There you go.
Remember Lot's wife. Why? Because she could not let go of the way she had it.
Yeah.
Bring it out.
Sister, when it's time to go, you better come on or you getting left.
You better bring
I'll take
ass.
my kids and keep stepping.
That's right.
That's how you got to be, brothers.
Right. Yep.
All right. Don't get put to death for these wicked sisters out here
That's
who don't want to put Babylon behind them.
Bring it out.
Never.
All right. Go. Where we at? Yeah, we touching New Orleans. Now watch this, brothers and sisters. Play that.
That includes New Orleans, where today authorities stepped up their efforts to empty the city. Bob Woodruff is there again tonight with an extraordinary human drama unfolding. Bob?
That's true, Elizabeth, and good evening from New Orleans. Here, the police and the National Guard find themselves in a very difficult position tonight to try to carry out an order to force people from the city without actually using force. Today in New Orleans, they got a lot tougher on the holdouts.
Police department, go home!
Not only the flooded areas, but New Orleans' driest and wealthiest neighborhoods, too.
Police department!
The police and National Guard going street by street, house to house.
We need to make sure, too, that whenever we knock on doors, people refuse to leave. We need to make note, call it in.
They say there are no orders to use force, just strong persuasion, sometimes entering open houses with guns drawn, and instructions to disarm anyone inside.
Now stop. Hey, this is what we have to look forward to right here. And it's going to be worse. It's going to be a bigger military. Right. You know what I'm saying? Go to the next one, please. Go to the next video. I'm going to try to speed it up. Play this for us. Watch this.
In August of 2005, as New Orleans reels in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina, lawlessness reigns. The federal response is a shambles, and Blackwater moves in to fill the void.
In terms of the lack of organization and the complete chaos that was raging there, it felt very much like a war zone.
In a lot of ways, it was more shocking and disturbing than anything I encountered in Iraq and Afghanistan.
This former Blackwater contractor, who does not want to be identified, was among the first on the scene.
It was just chaos. There was animals eating dead bodies.
Hey, stop. A lot of people don't realize how bad it was when Hurricane Katrina hit. And, you know, the whole levee situation, this was a planned thing.
Yes, sir.
Okay? I'm not going to be the conspiracy theorist guy, but that's another, you ain't tuning in for conspiracy theories here. But understand, like you said, that's all our people. That's a concentrated area of Jake.
Right.
So they made sure it went down over here. Those were test runs to see how things would go. All right. And they had this contracted company called Blackwater that nobody knows about, but they just came in and they're doing some covert missions on U.S. citizens on American soil. Telling them that they have the authority to open fire on anybody. They could do whatever they wanted to control the situation or whatever they deem necessary to control the situation. So I hope you understand, brothers and sisters, what things are going to look like. We're just trying to give you a little bit of a visual with some scriptures.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and understand, when a hurricane, natural disaster like that, everything gets flooded, what happens to your food? That's gone too. 2nd Ezra 6 and 22.
Bring it out.
2nd Ezra 6 and 22. Read that for us, please.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 22.
Come on.
And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Right, the sown places, everything was okay, but now, in this time, it's going to be unsown. It's going to be total chaos, civil unrest. Go ahead.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
You see that? The full storehouses where you had a grocery store, where you had the pantry, everything's going to be found empty.
Gone. Yes,
okay. Let's go back to that video. I want to finish that.
Inside the convention center right now. And you know what New Orleans police say about this here? We can't do nothing.
It was one of the most surreal moments in my life.
Stop, bruh. This is not fake. Right. This is that just happened.
Right.
You understand? Go back. They gotta drag their own bodies, their own dead bodies of their own relatives. And I understand understand, brothers and sisters. Give me 2nd Ezra 5:42 real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. You got to understand that we are reliving the curses. It just so happens that this time it's going to be the worst of the worst. Like I say in Daniel 12, Jeremiah 30, how it says that this trouble is going to be like nothing that ever happened before. It's going to be the epitome of all of them. But I want you to understand, this is what our forefathers have gone through already. Think about slavery not too long ago. Think about Jim Crow in the South. You understand? We're doing these things now, but it's going to be on a scale that we could never imagine.
Exactly.
It's going to be a lot of death. Okay? All right. Read that, please.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 5 and verse 42.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring.
As a what?
Unto a ring.
Come on.
Like as there is no slackness of the last.
Right. God said his judgment is going to be like a ring. A ring is a circle. All right. So it's going to come and go. This just came to me as we're going through this. Give me Tobit chapter 2. Give me Tobit chapter 2 and verse 3.
The book of Tobit.
To go along with what we just saw on the screen. Watch this.
The book of Tobit, chapter 2 and verse 3.
Come on.
But he came again and said, Father, one of our nation is strangled and is cast out in the marketplace.
Right, one of our nation is hung. He's hung. He's a dead body of our own nation, because that's how it went down. That's how they do us. They kill us and they hang us and they leave our bodies out there.
Yeah.
Okay, they send in this group to come out there and regulate, but you didn't send out nobody to bury the dead and take care and clean things up. No, they came out there with blood on their minds. Wow. Understand, brothers and sisters, this man is the devil on earth. Understand that thing. Read this verse again.
Right. But he came again and said, Father,
come on,
one of our nation is strangled and is cast out in the marketplace.
Read.
Then before I had tasted of any meat, I started up and took him up into a room, and to the going down of the sun.
Read.
Then I returned and washed myself and ate my meat in heaviness.
Right. So what was it? He ended up burying the dead of our people. But go back to the clip. I just want y'all to understand and try. You know, I'm not doing this to scare anybody, but we need to see these things. We need to prepare our minds for what's to come. All right.
Our people need to be scared, man. Y'all better be scared. Shit.
All right. All right. Play that.
All this body out here left over, they got children on there. You can't leave this body over here with children now.
And I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is what the end of the world looks like.
Things are moving so fast, Blackwater arrives without a contract, but claiming they have authorization to shoot if necessary. Soon, at a fee of almost $250,000 a day, the Department of Homeland Security officially hires the firm to help local and state authorities patrol the streets.
You've got guys in Kevlar helmets with body armor carrying assault rifles who are suddenly deputized and allowed to act in an aggressive manner on U.S. soil.
The law enforcement in the area was completely overwhelmed, so I think contractors were instrumental in helping the law enforcement get things back under control.
The presence of a private military force on American soil has many people, and even some contractors, wondering if the Founding Fathers' insistence on civilian control of the military has been turned on its head.
Having to be put in that situation in a major U.S. city was very shocking and very eye-opening to me.
What freaked people out about Blackwater in New Orleans wasn't what Blackwater did. It was just the fact that they were there.
Okay, you can stop that. So, brothers and sisters, don't think for 1 second that this cannot happen. It's going to happen. It's Bible prophecy. Yes. 2nd Ezra 16:22. 2nd Ezra 16 and 22.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 22.
Come on.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine.
Right, at this time, that's how it's going to be. When it hits the fan, when it's that time, this is what the future beholds. Read.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
Come on.
And the dead shall be cast out as dung.
There's going to be a lot of death in that day. Okay, there's going to be a lot of death. And mind you, we're not going to be too popular. Okay, so we gotta get our minds right, but there is a God. There is a God. Give me Joel chapter 2. Nope. Give me Joel chapter 2 verse 17. Watch this, y'all. Because we can't forget about our power. Joel 2 and 17. Read that.
The book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 17.
Come on.
Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar.
Come on.
And let them say, spare thy people, O Lord.
Do what?
Spare thy people.
We have to ask the Lord for mercy during these times. Right. We have to ask and pray before the Lord and ask for mercy. Read.
O Lord.
Come on.
And give not thine heritage to reproach.
It says, and give not thy people to this reproach that's going to come against us from these armies, the powers that be. Go ahead.
That the heathen should rule over them.
Come on.
Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their God?
Right. You see that? They're going to say amongst the people, where is their God? That's, you know what that's talking about. That's going into torture.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's what it's saying. They're going to, just like Bishop been bringing out in Acts 26. Okay, we read the Wisdom of Solomon in the 2nd chapter. That's going into torture. Well, if you're the people of God, well, you should be able to get out of this situation. Right. But understand, immediately after this, verse 18.
Then will the Lord be jealous for his land and pity his people.
And have pity for his people. All right, World War III gonna be breaking out, and before you know it, here's the return of the Black Messiah versus angels.
Right.
All right, so brothers and sisters, stay encouraged, but through much tribulation, we're gonna enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right, let's get to the rundown.
And you know
we got
that's
Officer
right.
Obadiah, Officer Elijah, Officer Samson, Officer David. We about to get into it. Play the clip. The rundown. Okay, topic one. So topic one. All right, ESPN hypocrisy, man. Hey, bruh, crazy situation, man. Pull that up for us, please. Crazy situation this week. Read that.
Bills and Bengals game has been temporarily suspended after Bills safety Damar Hamlin collapses on the field. He has a pulse, but is not breathing on his own. Had to have CPR performed.
Hey, brothers and sisters, man. I used to be in that Greek world. David, I know used to be. A lot of us used to be in that Greek world. Brothers and sisters, put it down.
Right. That's right.
Stop it. Stop. It's not our custom. You are better than that. You're more brilliant. You're smarter.
Right.
You have abilities that they don't have.
And you know that's right.
Just stop it. Stop doing that, man. Now, we're about to play a clip of what took place. Viewer discretion is advised. If it bothers you, turn away. But we're about to play the clip of what happened to our brother Damar Hamlin of the Buffalo Bills. All right. This took place on Monday night.
Right.
Monday Night Football live in front of everybody. So play that, please. Stop. So it's a collision between a wide receiver in the corner, which is Mr. Hamlin, number 3. All right, run it back from the top. So it looks like a routine tackle, but watch what happens after.
Damn.
That's not what any of us want to see, and everybody's around him, and just hope that he's going to be okay.
Now, he had no pulse.
None.
He had no pulse.
Lord
The
have
medical
mercy.
crews had to come and resuscitate him. He was dead on the field.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's a tragedy in itself. Right? That's a tragedy in itself. Everybody's out there crying and praying and all that stuff, right? But the same night, while this is going on, let's go to the Skip Bayless tweet. Let's see what Mr. Skip Bayless has to say. Read that.
No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game. But how?
Stop. So he says, no doubt because of what happened, but how could they do that? Read on.
This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant.
Obviously, it seems irrelevant because the man just died on the field.
Right.
Obviously, right? Deuteronomy 28. Then I'm going to kick it to y'all, man.
I'm not kidding you.
Deuteronomy 28, I think it's 50. Regard the young and the old. I'm going to kick it to these officers, man. Just to show you, they don't care about us, man. The brother, he had no pulse on the field. So this guy says, why would you cancel the game where this is an important game? Because he not breathing. That's why. You think the players is going to want to go play each other right now and go hit each other after they say their teammate lay lifeless on the field?
No.
But according to the white man, he's like, so what? That's just another Negro.
Right.
That's how they see us. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 50.
Go ahead.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
And that's why the Most High allowing this thing to happen, man. We pray, the brother gets back to health and repent. That's what we pray for the brother. But things like this got to happen so the man of sin could be revealed, man.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got something? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let me get Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 5. I mean, it's obvious. The thing is, we always keep our mind in the la-la land. We not try to face reality. When you see what he just did, it's clearly show you the same way it was back in Romans when we used to be in the arenas fighting like gladiators. That's the same thing is going on. Hey, you here to entertain me, entertain me. If he's dead, pull him out, put him on the side, and let's continue playing. Read that for me.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 35 and verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
It says Esau have a perpetual hatred towards you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American.
Right.
You. They hate your guts, and you are entertaining them. Read.
In the time that their iniquity had an end.
You think because you in the low point, he would have somewhat passion or feel sorry for you? He didn't care.
No.
He doesn't care about that. And he's not the only one that felt that way, because you could see he was boldly say what he said, and he stand with it. That show you what? He have people behind him that support what he just said.
Right.
Go ahead, officers.
Hey, on the real quick, on the get Leviticus on the 26th and 17. All right, because this is showing you that these people don't care. All right, the depths that you push your body to, that you, all right, sprint and run your body to death, and that your heart explode on you. All they want is the game to continue. So it's showing you they don't care about you. Read that.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 17. And I will set my face against you, and you shall be slain before your enemies.
All right, God said, I'm going to slay you before your enemies. All right, why is all these atrocities, all these bad things happen? Because we're not keeping the commandments.
Right.
Okay, we're choosing to go after the ways of the other nations.
Right.
We ain't even supposed to be playing sports at all, but we on to choose to partake in it, and they going to push you until you die on the field and want the game to continue. Read that last part.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
They that hate you shall reign over you. You could die on the field just on to get them off the field. All right, put the next one in and keep the game going.
Right.
So that's what Skip Bayless is showing.
Right. Hey, and somebody said in the comment section, did he die? Well, his heart stopped twice. His heart stopped twice. Right now, he's still in critical condition. Right. He's not. Last time I checked, he's still not breathing on his own. He's still connected to the machine and everything like that.
Prayers for him.
Now, somebody else said in the comment section that if it was Tom Brady, he wouldn't have said it. You damn right, he wouldn't have said that.
No. Right.
Oh, no. Now, when Skip tweeted this, Shannon, he ain't show up to the show the next day.
Right. Yeah.
Go to that, IT. Read that.
Look, Shannon Sharp didn't show up for his show today.
Scroll down.
Skip Bayless answered for Monday's night is insensitive Twitter post on This Morning Undisputed. He didn't have his usual co-host by his side. Shannon Sharp was notably absent from the FS1 debate show Tuesday. Bayless.
All right, go to the next.
Shannon Sharp explains undisputed absence in Skip Bayless dispute after Damar Hamlin collapsed.
Go ahead.
Shannon Sharp has explained he missed Undisputed on Tuesday to avoid a confrontation with co-host Skip Bayless about his tweet following Damar Hamlin's collapse. The Buffalo Bills safety, whose condition is trending upwards in a positive way, but remains in critical condition in hospital, collapsed during Monday night's NFL game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Bayless then sparked a furious backlash after questioning whether the NFL should postpone the game after Hamlin was taken off the field and left in a critical condition due to the close proximity to the playoffs.
Go ahead.
Sharp elaborated on his disagreement with Bayless, tweeting an opening monologue to Wednesday's Fox Sports 1 show. There's been a lot of speculation about why I wasn't on here yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture or
innuendo.
Innuendo.
So let's go to Skip. All right, the next day, which would be that Tuesday, and let's see what Skip had to say about his tweet. All right, get that video ready for us. Yeah, press play. Oh gosh.
Jen, allow me to say up front that I apologize for what we're going to set out to do here today if it offends anyone, because we're going to try to do the show pretty much as we usually do the show. But I'll admit up front, I'm still shook up by what happened last night to Damar Hamlin.
Stop. See how the devil do? That's the devil. The true intentions come out, and then they got, hey, you got to clear that up a little bit.
Right.
All right, but like Officer Obadiah, you jumped the gun a little bit, but he's going to show his true colors again when Shannon gets back on the show on Wednesday.
Right.
Watch this.
The hell is this?
In fact, I'm still wrecked. In fact, I'm not sure I'm capable of doing this show today.
Oh, gosh.
But after barely sleeping on it, I
He had a
decided
good
to
night's
give it a
rest. You
try.
know he's lying.
Right.
And he did the whole
Maybe
show.
I'll fail. Maybe we will fail, but we're going to try. We wrestled through much of the night whether to even do a show today because it felt like in our minds we almost can't win with this because the last thing we want to try to do is come off as insensitive to what this young man is going through in a life or death.
You know what they do? They use certain words. He says "we." It's like, wait a second. Right. You posted that stuff.
Right, exactly.
You know, that's what they do. They deflect. They paint a narrative so you can, stop realizing who is the devil and who's the one responsible for it. Right. Go back.
Situation. The last thing we want to do is offend anyone by trying to do what we always do, which is talk about sports.
All right, stop. So I had enough of that. Yeah. So it's a fake apology. The reason why we say it's fake is because of what happened next between him and Shannon.
Shannon Sharp.
All right, get that video. Get that video.
Good Wednesday morning, everybody, and welcome into Undisputed here on FS1. I'm Jen Hale. That is Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, good to see you. Shannon, I understand you have something you want to share this morning.
Good morning, yes.
Good morning.
There's been a lot of speculation of why I wasn't on air yesterday, and I won't get into speculation or conjecture or innuendo, but I will say this. In watching that game on Monday night, what happened to Damar Hamlin struck me a little different. As a brotherhood in the NFL, when injuries happen, when we know injuries are a part of the game, I've seen guys suffer ACLs and Achilles tear, but I've never seen anybody have to be revived and fight for their life on the field. So it struck me a little differently because I remember seeing my brother paralyzed on the field temporarily, and he was able to regain focus. Skip tweeted something, and although I disagree with the tweet, and hopefully Skip would take it down, but I didn't want it.
Well, time out. I'm not going to take it down because I stand by what I tweeted.
Wow. Now stop. Now see, y'all see that right there? He said he's not going to take the tweet down because he stand by what he tweeted.
Right.
Now wait a second. So Skip, he was able to come do his job on Tuesday, right?
Right. Yep. Yes, sir.
I remember somebody. Let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about. I remember somebody when they posted something, they shared a link.
Oh,
yep. But they didn't even type their opinion. They didn't type a comment. They just shared a link.
Right.
And he was suspended from his job with no pay for 8 games.
Yep.
Bring
it out. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
What's his name?
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
And he was fined and all of that.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
So Skip Bayless, little Skipper, says
Skipper, what they call him.
He disregards that man's life and says, forget the fact that he is lifeless on the field. We need to be worrying about the Bengals and the Bills because this has playoff implications.
Right.
Oh, big
red
fat
devil.
black hypocrite.
But Kyrie didn't say anything.
He just not.
He just tweeted something. What y'all got on that, officers?
Hey, it's showing our people that we really need to pull out of sports because our enemy is showing you who they are. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 16, just to go into what he did when he did the little fake cry and all of that monologuing and acting he did. Give me that.
The book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 16.
Read.
An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips.
The Bible calls somebody on planet Earth an enemy. We have enemies on planet Earth. Somebody that can look at you die and say the game is more important than your death. That's an enemy. Read.
But in his heart, he imagined him how to throw thee into a pit.
Because he cares nothing about that brother that fell out on the field. He cares about the game. He really cares less about the brother than he do the game. Read.
He will weep with his eyes.
He will do what?
Weep with his eyes.
Get on TV and act like he's so sorry, but then come back and show you. I stand behind what I said. Read.
But if he find opportunity, he would not be satisfied with blood.
He don't care about your death. He only cares about what's important to him, which is not your life.
That's excellent. Excellent. You got something, officer?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
And with these heathens, that's where you are, because the so-called white man is Esau according to the Bible.
That's right.
And they will be revealed. Give me that 2 Thessalonians 2 in verse 8. Because they don't care. Like the scripture, I think Cap pulled it. They don't care about the old. They don't care about the young.
Right.
You're going to keep the game going on. Why this a young so-called black man is dead on the field. And now he lying about, he's saying he's staying on it, but he about to cry and everything like that. Let's get that.
The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
And then shall the wicked be revealed.
Then said who?
The wicked be revealed.
Said, then shall the wicked be revealed. I think Officer David put earlier on the wicked in Job 9-24. The wicked is who? The so-called white man, which is Esau, Adumian today. Read.
Right.
Whom the Lord.
Who the what?
Whom the Lord.
Shall do what?
Shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
So the Lord had to come down and consume these people. Read.
And shall destroy.
And shall do what?
Destroy. With the brightness of his coming.
Guess what? The Most High God gonna come down with fire and destroy this nation.
Hey, I felt that thing in your voice.
Hey, that was good.
Nah, but hey, understand what we dealing with. Understand what we dealing with. This man is a man for blood, just like Officer Elijah pulled out. This man is the man of sin, just like Officer Samson pulled out. And they're showing themselves. That's why these things, these occurrences take place, brothers and sisters. But like I say, in Romans 13 and 13, I think, is talking about don't get involved, don't get out of spirit. Don't get emotional when you see these things happen. Don't riot. Right. Don't do those things, because then you're going to put yourself in a dangerous spot. But yes, the white man is the devil, if you did not know.
Damn.
And his name is Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
Little red Skip
Bayless. Because we can go in on him. I know the other telecasters, they want to go in, but they can't. Right. They're going to lose their job. Right. But we can do it, and that's what we's going to do.
That's right.
All right. Do me a favor real quick. Our brother Ye, I don't know if this is true. Do not quote me on this. I hope it's not true.
Oh,
we shall see. But this is the rumor that's going on in the media today.
Wait a minute. Alleged reports of Kanye found dead trend on social media amid rappers missing status.
Right. So he's not been found dead. So stop that. But he is missing, quote unquote. Right. He could just be not answering nobody's calls, or he could be in fact missing. So pray the brother is all right. Pray he's keeping these commandments, so he don't got to do. Fear about that. Give me that Matthew 10:28, man.
That's right. So also, Cap, man, there's a dumb trend going around where the kids is pranking their parents or pranking people, saying that celebrities is dead and stuff like that. So we got to be careful with all that.
Come on.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't know.
They're trying to desensitize us to it so it won't be such a big issue.
Right. Yeah, we're not saying Ye's dead. We're just saying that there's been reports that he is quote unquote missing.
Right.
All right, and it would be ironic because of the comments that he just made. Right. That's why we're bringing this out. But like we said, we don't know. We don't know. Pray the brother's all right in keeping these commandments. But read that for me.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Right. So yeah, that's why we encourage all of our people, man. Don't worry about the powers that be. Just make sure you're keeping God's commandments, so you don't have to fear those people.
Exactly.
All right. Speaking of the powers that be being upset with someone for speaking the truth, here's our main man right here, Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
They came after Andrew Tate recently, him and his brother. They were arrested off of some false accusations from an American woman who is not even on their premises. She was outside of their gates and said that him and his brother was holding her against her will. All right. Now let's see why. Now let's see why. Go back to the picture, please. Let's see why they would say something like that about the brother Andrew Tate. And yes, he is a brother.
Right.
His daddy is black, so that means he is too.
That's right.
All right. So go to the video with Andrew Tate. I got a few of them, but this is why they're mad at Andrew Tate. Same reason they was mad at Kevin Samuels, and he ends up mysteriously dying. Right. All right. Play that.
In the sense that women don't feel like they need men in the most physical sense. Perhaps not.
Women don't feel like they need men in a physical sense because life is soft. But it's bullshit. And it's bullshit because you still need men by proxy, one. And two, the second life gets difficult, you very quickly learn how much you need men. But women will go, I'm independent, I don't need no man because I have an OnlyFans and men pay my OnlyFans, and if anyone comes up to me, I'll call a male police officer. I don't need men. Shut up, you fucking idiot. Of course you do. Your whole life is based on fucking men. The road you're driving on was paved by a man. The house you're living in was built by a man. The car you're driving was designed by a man. Your whole life depends on that.
They don't like
and the second anything bad were to happen to you, the second you were physically threatened, or times were to get hard, or war were to start, or famine, or riots, the first thing you do is find a big strong man, shit yourself, and throw the feminism out the window. Feminism goes out the fucking window the second that the snow needs shoveling, or there's a fucking broken down car, or the tire needs changing, and all that crap vanishes. It's garbage.
That brother right here. That brother right
Bring it out.
You all right.
Hey.
You all right. You need a flyer.
Hey, let's give it up for Andrew Tate, bro.
Give it up.
But those are facts, bro.
All facts.
That's the undisputed right there, bro. But they don't like that.
They hate that.
So they've canceled this man from all social media. So you know what? Y'all want to hear another clip from?
Yes.
Bring it out.
Bring it out. Come on.
What would you do if I was going on girls' holidays every other month?
I'd have to shut that down. I think it's disrespectful.
Do you go on a lot of holidays?
I can do whatever I want. You're with me, you don't want to. We go on
Run it
holidays
back,
together.
run it back.
What would you do if I was going on girls' holidays every other month?
I'd have to shut that down. I think it's disrespectful.
Do you go on a lot of holidays?
I can do whatever I want. You're with me, you don't want to.
Stop. Hey, he keeping it real.
He keeping it 100.
Sisters be like, I want to go on an all-girls trip. For what? For what? Give me that in Ciroc 42.
Bring it out. What the hell is this?
The hell is it? You want to go on an all-girls trip? Wait a second. That doesn't sound right. First and foremost, I'm not going to be there, so you don't need to be there.
Right.
They husband's not going. Nah, we just going on an all-girls trip. Give me that Ciroc chapter 42 and give me verse 13.
Bring it out.
The book of Sirach, chapter 42 and verse 13.
Start at 12 and read to 13. Watch this.
Verse 12.
Go ahead.
Behold, not everybody's beauty, and sit not in the midst of women.
It says, sit not in the midst of women. Why?
For from garments cometh a moth.
Come on.
And from women, wickedness.
And from women, what?
Wickedness.
That's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. These sisters, they don't want to hear about themselves.
Nope.
That's what it is.
That's right.
Hey, go back to Andrew Tate. Run it back from the beginning, bro. So you said to all girls trip. No. Scripture say don't sit in the midst of women.
Right.
It's going to be a bunch of wickedness, man. That's how it go.
Right.
That's why we got to look out for these sisters, man.
That's right.
We got to watch over them, make sure they good, protected, right? Because think about it. You see a bunch of women. What do you think? What's the first thing? You want a man, he wants to talk to a bunch of them. But there's some men out there who are predators.
Right.
You know, the sisters, they never think about that stuff. You are the weaker vessel. So if there's a bunch of you, guess what? There's some stronger vessels out there who are going to attack on the prey.
That's right.
Sisters don't think like that, but that's why God set up the men of the Lord to think for them.
That's
to
right.
guide them and protect them.
That's right.
So get mad, but you ain't going. Get mad. Hey, play that.
What would you do if I was going on girls' holidays every other month?
I'd have to shut that down. I think it's disrespectful.
Do you go on a lot of holidays?
I can do whatever I want.
That's right.
You don't want to. We go on holidays together. We go places together. When I have to go places with just the boys, you stay home.
Right. It could just be like women just go on holiday to have fun.
And men will try and sleep with you.
So does that mean the women are?
Correct.
This is what I'm saying.
Agree. Agree.
What's reality?
It's not what reality. Because we agree.
Yes, you do.
We agree.
Okay.
No, nobody wants the next question. No, we agree. We agree. You're right. They're going to try, and you're not going to let them. I agree. If I walk out to the car park, it doesn't matter how good the locks are on my car. If someone's trying to break into my car, am I going to let them keep trying? No. No. It's disrespectful. It's mine, and no one comes near it because it's mine. No one's going to try and steal it. For me to put it in a place where people are going to try and steal it is nothing less than irresponsible. My female is taken care of and has a fantastic life. She does not need to go on holidays to Mykonos and be a hoe on some random table. With some random table because her friend met some dude on Tinder. No. Stay home.
And I just saw sisters, I just saw a comment on the comment box.
Oh,
somebody said, but didn't he rape somebody though? Sisters, be quiet. Shh, be quiet. You know why? He said something that was true.
Right.
Do we hold camp with Andrew Tate? No, we don't. We don't know Andrew Tate
at all. Right.
All we're doing is bringing out a clip that's speaking truth, and we could go to the scriptures to back it up.
Right.
But a sister be like, didn't he rape some? Bruh, we are not supporting rape. Right. So now, okay, he did that. Now we support it.
Right.
So that same thing they did with Kevin said, ain't he gay? It's like, hey, don't he support a side chick? It's like, are we playing those clips about him supporting side chicks? No, we're not. No. We're supporting whatever statement he makes that's backed up with the Bible.
That's right.
That's it, sisters. If you can't see that,
shame on you.
Shame on you. That's a nicer word. That's a shame. Hey, but check out your boy Biden. They want the world's the power that be. They want to bankrupt people like Ye. They want to put false accusations against Andrew Tate and his brother. But this is what Biden is doing. Watch this. Read this. Pull it up. Come on. Read that.
President Biden pardoned 6 people convicted of murder and other crimes.
You see that? President Biden. You know what pardoning means? It means you're letting people out of jail.
Scot-free.
Go back to the article, to the top, please. Wow. It says, pardoned 6 people convicted of murder. They were convicted of murder and other crimes. But this ain't like big out there. These things are just happening, going about their business. But showing you what? Obviously, was it Amos 5 and 10? They hate those that rebuke at the gate. Whenever you speak truth, they come against Kyrie. Skip. Bruh, how you don't come against Skip? How is he still employed by ESPN?
Break it up.
Right?
But
they come at, that's our fault.
That's our fault.
They come against Kyrie. They come against Ye. They come against Andrew Tate. But you let Skip keep his job and you pardon murderers who are actually guilty of the crime.
Damn.
All right, what I call Amos 5? Read that.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate,
and
they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
Right, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. Anytime somebody's preaching some truth, trying to help our people, they abhor him and they hate him. And guess what? You got silly blacks and Hispanics that join hand in hand with the white man. Y'all gonna be destroyed too. And you just better get your mind right. And stop it. All right? Stop. Stay in the spirit, sisters. Go to topic 2, man. Sheesh. I'm gonna start looking at this comment board, bro.
Hey, for
all right, read that. I gotta go fast now. Read
Rumors
that.
of war.
Rumors of war. Iran vows to revenge Qasem Soleimani. Soleimani, remember, Trump issued an attack on him by a drone and killed him back in 2019.
3 years ago, yeah.
I think it was like late 2019, something like 3 years ago. You're right.
Yes,
You're right. Do me a favor. Go to the next video. So guess what they've been doing? Just so they would not forget, they've been having anniversaries to commemorate his death.
Oh yeah, they pissed.
So go to the next one. That's 2nd year anniversary. Play a little bit of it, please. The 2nd anniversary of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani's death was marked in Tehran on Friday. Let's go to the next one. Oh yeah, January 3rd, 2020. Okay, so January 3rd, 2023 marked the 3rd year.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go to the next video, please. Which one is this? The 3rd year anniversary for Qasem Soleimani. Play that.
Gone, but not forgotten. It's 3 years ago to the day that one of Iran's top military figures, Qasem Soleimani, was assassinated by the United States.
Stop. Now, go back to the first article. Go back to the first article. I want to read a little bit of that, please. Watch this, y'all. Read that.
Senior Iranian officials and commanders have renewed a vow to avenge the assassination of top General Qasem Soleimani in Iraq 3 years ago.
Come on.
Soleimani, the commander of the Quds Force of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and main architect of Iran's regional influence, was hit by a drone strike claimed by the United States shortly after touching down in Baghdad on January 3rd, 2020.
Right. So they have not forgotten. Could y'all find in that article where he quotes how they're going to get the revenge, please? Whoever's back there on that computer, and put it back on the screen. Y'all working on it? I can't see y'all. Okay. All right. Yeah. Put it back on the screen so we can read it, please.
We have not. And will not forget the blood.
No. Start at during events. Start at during events.
During events to mark the 3rd anniversary of his death on Tuesday, and in the days leading up to it, a series of top figures in Iran pledged that they remain fully committed to their promise of harsh revenge for the slain general.
Right. They think about this thing constantly.
Right.
Go back to the article, IT. Come on now. They think about this thing constantly because they want to vow revenge to America for what they did to their mans. Now read the next article. I mean, the next paragraph, excuse me.
We have not and will not forget the blood of martyr Soleimani.
They count him as a martyr. They count him as a martyr. Because what? He died trying to help his people. Okay, for his cause, for their cause or whatever. Go ahead.
The Americans must know that revenge for martyr Soleimani's blood is certain.
It's certain. Boy. This things is heating up, brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
And the murderers and perpetrators will have no easy sleep. President Ibrahim Raisi told an audience of thousands in Tehran on Tuesday.
All right, so you could drop that. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Keep it in order. So we went to the anniversaries. What's next, y'all? Yes. All right, we're just going to play like a minute or so. I think you got the timestamp back there. But watch this. Watch this. Play that for me.
This is the story of the war that does not speak its name. A war that started over 40 years ago, but has never officially been declared. Axis of evil. The war between Iran on the one side and the United States and Israel on the other is both ideological and strategic. A conflict that stirs up passions, resentment, and hatred. And were it ever to escalate, the entire Middle East would be affected.
Stop. So it's telling you what this is Bible prophecy right here, because think about what happened when we just read. Give me 2 Ezra 15 real quick. We're going to go through this for the second time and try to touch topic 3 today. But give me 2 Ezra chapter 15, and I want you to get Jeremiah 49 ready. All right, so 2 Ezra 15. Let me get there with you. Okay. So keep in mind, they made their vow. They made their vow to avenge their brother Soleimani. Right. Okay, so give me that in verse 29. Watch this.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 15 and verse 29.
Come on.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried, as the wind upon earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. Also the Carmanians raging in wrath.
Right, the Carmanians raging in wrath. Carmania is Iran. The Carmanians are the Iranians. So when it says also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them. So we're starting to see their rage now.
Right.
All right, this is the beginning of their rage, because remember, they have to join up with all of their other brothers. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. We know that eventually what is going to take place. Give me Jeremiah 49. This also precepts with Zephaniah 2. Also precepts with Isaiah 14. Okay. Give me Jeremiah 49 and verse 20. Watch this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 49 and verse 20.
Come on.
Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom.
Against who?
Edom.
Which is the so-called white man today. Read.
And his purposes that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman.
Come on.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock is going into Amalek. All right, that's the least of the Idumeans or Edom tribes. It's talking about Amalek right here. Remember, the war that they haven't declared a war yet is between Iran, America, and Israel. America and Israel are in cahoots with one another. Okay, so it's saying that the conflict that Israel has with Iran is going to bring forth World War III and the destruction of Babylon. That's how it's going to take place. That's what the scripture's saying right here. Read it again from the top, please.
Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he have purposed against the inhabitants of Teman.
Come on.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
Right, he's going to make their habitations desolate with them. Because remember, Iran, they're going to strike Israel. And guess what's going to happen after that? America's going to strike Palestine, right? And then after that, America's going to get blown into pieces. Right. All right, so it's going to be Israel who's going to play a key. He's going to be a key contributor in all of this thing, showing you what all of this stuff that we see is playing out according to Bible prophecy. Right. We just got to continue to watch and pray. Continue to stay in the secret place of the Most High.
You better read
now,
your Bible.
real quick, I'm gonna try to run through the nuclear deal in 2 minutes. I'm gonna try to do it. 2 minutes. Now go to read that for me real quick, please.
The Iran nuclear deal and the killing of Soleimani.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
The assassination of General Qasem Soleimani is just the latest escalation in hostilities between Iran and the United States since President Trump scuttled the Iran nuclear deal.
Now the Iran nuclear deal got scuttled or canceled back in 2018 while President Trump was in office. All right, now mind you, if Iran beef with the United States, they beef with Israel too, because Israel and America is in cahoots with one another. So by America backing out of the nuclear deal, and if for those who don't know what the nuclear deal is, play that clip for me, please. What is the nuclear deal between the P5+1, which includes America, and Iran? What is that? Play that for me.
So negotiators from Iran and the 6 big world powers have just emerged from months of negotiations in Austria and Switzerland to announce that, believe it or not, they have an Iran nuclear deal.
Every pathway to a nuclear weapon is cut off.
But what does that actually mean? How does all that actually work? Well, this gets technical really fast, but it helps if you go through and look at some of the most important issues. One of the big ones is uranium. That's the stuff. You dig it out of the ground, use it for nuclear fuel for a power plant or even for a bomb. The deal requires Iran to give up 97% of its enriched uranium, almost all of it, down to just a 300 kilogram stockpile, not very much. Uranium comes in different levels of enrichment. Now, this restriction is really severe. Iran is only allowed to have its uranium up to 3.67% enrichment. And to give you a sense of what that means, medical research grade uranium is enriched to 20%, and weapons grade uranium is enriched to 90%. So Iran's uranium is going to be way down at 3.67%, very safe in energy grade and not something that is anywhere near what can be used for a nuclear weapon. Iran is going to give up most of its centrifuges. It's going to go from 20,000 centrifuges to just 5,000 that are spinning fissile material, plus another 1,000 that it can use for research and development but can't use fissile material.
In a nutshell, because we're pressed for time, the nuclear deal between America, the P5+1, and Iran was to limit Iran's capability of creating nuclear weapons. In exchange, America would lift some of the sanctions that is destroying their economy. Right. So that was the deal. But in 2018, Trump pulled out of the deal. And then in 2020, on top of that, he killed Soleimani.
Right. Damn.
So first and foremost, already pulled out the deal. Now they're still struggling. But now what's happened? Iran is becoming tight with Russia. Iran's becoming tight with China. So what do you see in Habakkuk 2:5? Give me that. Habakkuk 2:5. You see it happening. It says in Jeremiah 49 as well. Give me Jeremiah 49 and 14, then give me Habakkuk 2:5. Let's read it. Read it very fast for me, please. Watch this.
Y'all all right?
I'll read it. I'll read Jeremiah. You get Habakkuk ready. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 14. It says, I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to the battle. See that thing right there? That's what's taking place. That's America keeps being a bully, and then Biden came out and said there is no nuclear deal. America's still talking proud.
So they doubled down.
Yeah, it's been a stall ever since 2018. All right, so read your scripture.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Go ahead.
Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high.
Oh, is that what I want with the nations? Is it 2 and 5 or 2-4 Habakkuk?
Yes, sir, 2 and 5.
All right, read it again.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 5.
Come on.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
Read.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death.
Read.
And cannot be satisfied.
Read on.
But gathereth unto him all nations.
Right, but gathereth unto him all nations. Like, think about, what was that? The Afghani refugees that came when the Taliban took over? Yep. All right, go ahead.
And heapeth unto him all people.
And heapeth unto him all people, nations, kindreds, and tongues. Come on.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Right. All of these nations are going to come together against America. And we're seeing the formation of it slowly and steadily. But as we see this, understand that persecution is going to come against us too, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
For the sake of time, go to topic 3. We're going to do the 3-minute version. And then, hey, we're going to call it a day. That's what we're going to do. Topic 3. Let's go. What you got? Come on. End of the world.
End of the world.
Thank you so much. End of the world. Civilization is ending. Read that, please.
Stanford scientists warn that civilization as we know it will end in the next few decades.
You see that thing? Give me Ezekiel 28:2.
Bring it
That's
out.
how I be knowing, bro. You know how they know that, right? Yeah, how they know that? Because they saw what happened in Brooklyn.
Exactly.
Yeah, they see us teaching everywhere on the street corners. North, Central, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia. Hey, bro, we in Japan, bro. We in Japan.
Konnichiwa, nigga. I'm sorry.
That was it.
Lord, I'm sorry.
But that's how they can see that thing. Forget the scientific stuff. You see Israel waking up, man. That's what you see. Read that for us, man.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 28 and verse 2. Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, thus saith the Lord God, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of God, in the midst of the seas. Yet thou art a man.
Right there, man. Go ahead.
And not God. Though thou set thine heart as the heart of God.
Come on.
Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel.
Right, they're wiser than Daniel, meaning what? They can see the signs of the time too. They understand that they have an agenda to push.
Right.
They have an enterprise that they're trying to reach, but that's when their pride's going to deceive them. They're going to really think they can reach the enterprise. But, 2 Ezra 13, when Christ comes back, they're going to convince the nation that they can fight against Christ, but they're going to be shut down.
That's right.
Yep.
They're wiser than Daniel, but they're not wiser than God.
That's right.
You see that thing right there?
Yeah.
He said, you're a man and not God. You see that thing?
right.
It's a beautiful thing. Give me 2 Ezra 14, man. Y'all are crazy. Give me 2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 10. All right, because they say that civilization is ending. They say the next few decades. That's what they say. Hey, I'm feeling that thing too right there. I don't know. Nobody knows, not even Christ, right? But signs of the times. That's what it's looking like.
Yes,
That's what it's looking like. Read this.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 10.
Go ahead.
For the world hath lost his youth.
Uh-huh.
And the times begin to wax old.
Come on.
For the world is divided into 12 parts.
Now, it says the world is divided into 12 parts, similar to a clock. Okay? Strikes 12, noon, right, midnight. It says the earth is divided into 12 parts. Read it again from the top for me, please.
For the world hath lost its youth. And the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts.
Read.
And the 10 parts of it are gone already.
Right. It says the 10 parts of it are gone already.
Damn.
So at the time of Ezra, this is the 4th century BC.
That's right.
It said 10 parts already passed. Read.
And half of a 10th part.
And half of a 10th part. Half of a 10th part. So that's 1030.
Yep.
Read.
And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part.
That was back in the 4th century BC. Now we know, just drop it here, that the 11th hour began in the Acts of the Apostles. That was the beginning of the 11th hour.
Bring it out.
So obviously what? TikTok, we almost there.
That's right.
We're almost
That's right.
there, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
Understand that thing right there. What we got? Oh, wow. Well, do the rundown. You know what? We might save this for next week, man, because I kind of want to go over some of that. So, hey, we're going to have to end it premature. FCN is coming up next, but before we go, we got to vote for our favorite panelists today. We always do it, you know, just to have some good times on the show. All right, so let's get it going. Start the clock, man. 1 minute. All right, we got Officer Obadiah.
Hey, shalom, Israel.
That was dry. That was very dry.
That was real dry. That was real
Officer Elijah.
Hey, shalom, Israel. All Israel vote Elijah.
All right, he's predictable. It's the same thing every time. Officer Samson.
Hey, shalom, Israel. You see what the times of the time? The times of the
The times of the time.
The time.
You got the spirit of Pooty on you, man. Officer David.
All right, Israel. Most High in Christ bless you all. I pray y'all stay in the spirit. Hey, keep tuning in, Israel. We love y'all.
All praise to the Father,
That's
man.
right.
Stay in the
How
spirit.
we looking at, T? How we looking?
Spirit. Stay in the spirit.
2, 1. Who we got? Officer David from the
Hey, can I get
Benjamin.
Hey, can I get my monologue?
Put this camera on me.
Hey, take it off. All right,
Take it
Israel,
off.
I love y'all.
All praise to the Most High.
Love y'all.
To my right.
Love y'all.
Also, Obadiah.
Shalom, Israel. Officer Elijah.
Also, Samson.
All right, Israel. I'm Officer David.
Put the camera back on me.
Hey, Israel.
Hey,
I love
this is Israel United in Christ, and this is Riders on the Wall Radio Show. Lord's will, we'll be back with another show next week. And with that, we say
Shalom, Israel.